I have to be honest and say I didn't ask the question, why me? Because again, I know God is sovereign, but I asked God, what do you want me to get out of this? Hello, my name is Minister Margie Williams, and thank you for joining me for my new podcast, Purpose After the Pain, where God has made us stewards of our pain in order to fulfill our purpose. Man, who would have ever thought that I would be starting such a podcast? But one thing I do know is in pain, God gave me purpose, and I'm going to use what God allowed me to go through to share with others. I want to just take you back to why it is that I'm doing this. In the midst of my second miscarriage, again, was very emotional. I was already showing I was close to 8 weeks, and I was already showing and having to go through the process of being told now that I'm no longer pregnant. And in the midst of me going through, in the midst of me being emotional, being distraught, I heard clear as day, God say, purpose after the pain. Now, at that moment, I couldn't tell you what that meant outside of, okay, God, I hear you clearly, but I didn't know that he was going to allow me to go through so that I can share my story and many other women's stories with you who have gone on this journey of parenthood and experiencing pregnancy loss, miscarriages, or infertility as a whole. My prayer and my goal as you hear these podcasts is that you're encouraged, that you know that you're not alone. One of the things being in this process and in this journey, because I'm still in this journey, is that the enemy can have you feel like you're alone, like you're the only one going through, make you feel less than, maybe I'm not the woman that I thought I was, or even some of the thoughts of I can't give my husband what I should be able to give him. So it can make you feel like you have low self-esteem, can put you into depression. But my prayer is as you listen to this podcast, as you tune in every week to hear what's going to take place, that you'll be encouraged, that you will be reminded that God is sovereign and that he is faithful and that he is just and that he is perfect in all of his ways. God knew that we would be right where we are, and he's still here with us. And so I'm so grateful to be able to share this platform, to be able to tell my story, and to be able to be a minister to those who need to be ministered to. Again, I know that I'm still going through my process. I can't tell you that my emotions are 100% there, but I'm willing to do the work so that the work can be done for others. So I hope you'll join me on this journey. I'm truly excited, and I know that if you continue to tune in, you're going to hear a story, whether that's dealing with pregnancy loss, someone losing a child if they've had a child, someone not being able to have a child and having to cope with what is it like to have that desire to be finally married, but now you cannot have a child, or women who have decided to do adoption. My prayer is that through one of these stories, you'll find yourself, and that you again know that you're not alone, because God is with you and that he's giving you a sisterhood to walk with you through your pain. It's my hope that you know you too can have purpose after the pain. How can we know God to be a healer unless we're in places in which we need healing? How can we know him to be a provider unless we're in a place where we need him to provide? And so I know that God is going to be with you on this journey as he's with me. And we're going to walk this together. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together. But we're going to be in this together, because I'm reminded, even in God's word, that he told us that he'll never leave us nor forsake us. But even as it comes to a spiritual family, he told us to bear one another's burdens. And so that's my prayer. My prayer is through this podcast, you understand there's someone to walk with you through. There's someone that you can lean on. And hey, sometimes I may need to lean on you. But the thing is we're there together to endure, to have joy, to again have those sad moments. But we don't want you to stay in a place of depression. I'm reminded of going through my process and needing that support, that I had a man of God who decreed and declared God's word to me. My apostle, Dr. Dana Carson, told me these words after experiencing my second miscarriage. After contacting him, crying profusely, he said, "Who is God? What has God said? This is just a part of your process. You will not be depressed. You will not be in a sad place, stay in a sad place. You will hurt, but you'll make it through this." And that's what I want you to know as you hear this podcast. You're going to make it through whatever your process is. And again, knowing God is there with you.